Did you do it? You just had a week's holidays and you stood on the scale? So I know what it's like. We have a week's holidays, whether it's Christmas, whether it's vacation, we enjoy ourselves, we relax, and at the end of that week, we do one of the worst things we could possibly do and stand on that scale and we panic. Because right, it says 5 pounds. How did I gain 5 pounds in a week? I promise you, I'm here to reassure you, you did not gain 5 pounds of fat in a week. It can't be done. What you've gained is probably water weight, and that is something that we can get rid of, nothing to panic about. And what I'm going to show you in today's video is exactly how to get rid of that water weight and get rid of the bloating fast. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Deborah and I'd like to welcome you to Journey to Wellness, where we work on eating healthy, moving, feeling good in our bodies, and just living a really awesome life with our families. So today, what we're going to talk about is how to get rid of that holiday bloat. Whether it's Christmas holidays, whether it's a vacation that you've been on, what happens at the end of that vacation is a lot of times we tend to feel bloated. And what I'm going to show you today is exactly how to get rid of that bloating fast. Now, I do recommend that if you have chronic bloating where you feel like you're bloated all the time, that definitely may be something that you want to talk to your doctor. But what we're going to talk about is that acute, I've had a really awesome week of relaxing and kind of eating the stuff I want to eat, and now I need to get back, I need to fit into my clothes again, everything feels tight, I just feel uncomfortable, I feel bloated. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so step one, the most important in losing water weight fast, and I know this is going to sound counterintuitive because you're holding on to water, but you need to drink more water. What happens with our body? It's very, very smart, and it'll know if we're trying to trick it. And if you're not giving it enough water, what it's going to do is your body's going to then want to hold on to any water that you give it. So in order to let your body flush that out and get rid of it, you need to drink more water so that your body knows, your brain knows, oh, okay, she's drinking lots of water, we can just get rid of this. Okay, so that's the first and most important thing that you can do. Now, if you are not used to drinking water at all, please start slowly or else you will spend your entire day in the washroom, which of course, when you're trying to lose water weight is not necessarily a bad thing. So start slowly, build up, but if you really want to get rid of that water weight fast, I highly recommend drinking a lot of water right off the get-go, safely of course. And it's not just plain water that you can get your water intake from. Think about some higher water content foods as well, like your fruits, watermelon, that's an obvious one. You know, so you're eating a little bit more of those kind of foods, you're getting a little bit more water intake. Lemon or lime in your water is a great way to help flush out your system. And the second thing that you can do to help get rid of bloat fast is to avoid any foods that irritate your stomach or irritate your digestive system, because a lot of times it's not necessarily just the water retention that's making us feel kind of cruddy. It could also be a little bit of constipation, and that can come from foods that really irritate us. So definitely keeping an eye on those foods. Each of us are different. We all have foods that irritate our stomach. Some of the general culprits would be dairy, would be gluten, definitely sugar and sugar alcohol. Sometimes you can find that in gum. Carbonated drinks, that's a biggie with all those bubbles and putting that extra air in our stomach. So if you're starting to feel kind of, oh, you know, you just feel bloated, your tummy hurts, that would definitely be something that I would look at, is watch out for those foods that irritate your stomach. And if you're trying to get rid of the bloat fast, just keep those out of your diet for a couple of days until you start to feel better. And then slowly you can introduce it back in. And that's also a really good way to start discovering what foods do irritate your stomach. The third way to help get rid of some of that water retention is to find things that soothe your tummy. That will definitely help with that irritation. It will help you not want to retain water. And something like a peppermint tea would be a really good way to not only get the extra water content in, but it soothes the stomach a little bit, which is really helpful when you're just trying to feel better after a week's holiday. Number 4, and this is a big one, is reduce stress. I know that is so much easier said than done, but when we are stressed, it really irritates our digestive system, and that's just not gonna make you feel good. So if you're trying to get rid of some of that belly bloat, definitely try to find some ways to reduce stress. So we're talking meditation, yoga, Just even watching a really funny movie sometimes can really help. So try to find ways to reduce stress. I know it's impossible to get rid of stress completely, but the more that we can reduce it, the better our body's gonna feel, the gentler it's gonna feel on our stomach, and just overall we're gonna feel better, and it's gonna reduce that bloat. And don't forget about the foods that kind of act like natural diuretics, like asparagus. This is a great way to help flush your system out. So not only are you adding the extra water, drinking the extra water to help flush out your system, but these natural diuretic foods like the asparagus is a great way to help get rid of that bloat fast. So number 6 is chew more slowly. I know we always seem to be in a rush, but when we're gulping down big chunks of food, it's really hard on our stomach to digest. And the actual process of chewing your food and the saliva starts the digestive process before it even hits your stomach. So the more you can get it digested first, the easier it's going to be on your tummy, the less bloated you're going to feel. And when you're not having to work as hard to digest your food, you're not going to feel as bloated, you're not going to feel as crummy in the tummy area. And number 7 is self-massage, and this feels wonderful. Now, I'm not talking about get in there and dig into those muscles, deep tissue massage. I'm just talking about some gentle massage in the stomach area and then a little bit of lymph drainage, which is really helpful when you're feeling bloated or you're retaining a lot of water in the lower extremities. So that can be really helpful. So with the stomach, this just helps the digestion a little bit more, and you've probably done this to babies or seen it done on babies, you know, rubbing the tummy when they're feeling really gassy. You know what? We have the same digestive system as adults, except we've taxed it a little bit more. So this is a really good way to do it. So we have our gallbladder and our stomach is kind of up under the ribs a little bit. So if you take your fingers and just press in under your ribs and hold it, you know, sometimes 30 or 45 seconds, you can just hold it. Sometimes you can actually feel some gas bubbles moving around, and it really does help to get things moving a little bit. And then of course, the stomach massage, you want to go around the stomach in a big circle, going from the right side over to the left, down and around. Make those big circles where you're just massaging all of your digestive organs, and that'll help get things moving. A lot of times you can feel a little bit of gas moving around there. And the other kind of self-massage is more of a lymph massage. So you may have heard of dry brushing with a little soft bristle brush before you get in the shower. Just brushing your skin. It helps with that lymph flow. One really nice self-massage that I do when I'm starting to feel a lot of bloating, a lot of water retention in my lower legs, is I'll just lay down on my back, put my feet up on the wall, and that will immediately, just with gravity alone, start to feel better. It starts to feel like there's a lightening in my ankles and in my lower body. And sometimes I'll just take my fingertips and slowly just massage them along my legs, following the lymph system, so my ankles up to my thighs, and that helps gets things moving a little bit. And it's a really nice way to A, relax, remember that stress thing that I talked about, and B, just to get that lymph system flowing, get the fluid flowing so that you're not retaining it as much. And number 8, this is our last one, and I feel that this is just as important as the first one that we talked about with drinking extra water, and that is get moving. If you're feeling like there's a lot of water retention or you're feeling constipated, I promise you, you start moving, it is going to help you feel better. One of the worst things that you can do when you have a lot of water retention, especially if you're feeling that water retention in the lower extremities, is to sit still. You need to move, you need to get the blood flowing, you need to get the lymph flowing, and that is really going to help with that water retention. So get moving, drink that water, eat those foods that are high in water content, natural diuretic foods like asparagus, something that's going to soothe your tummy like peppermint tea. Avoid those foods that do irritate your stomach. Try to reduce your stress and chew more slowly. You combine all of these things and I promise you, you are going to lose that water weight fast. And please remember, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you have any sort of chronic water retention, definitely you want to speak to your doctor or your naturopathic doctor about things that you can do to help with that. And there you have it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you feel awesome very, very quickly, and I hope these tips help. Please, if something helps or if you have some ideas that you use to help with that water retention, please put them in the comments below. I love getting new ideas, and that's where I get my ideas from, is from you. So if you have any ideas that you want to see for future videos, please let me know, and I would love to put something together for you. And if you like this video, I do ask you that you please give it a thumbs up below. That always helps me know that you're out there and you're watching and that you like what you see. And if you do enjoy it and you want to see more videos like this, I invite you to hit the red subscribe button below. When you do, there's going to be a little bell that pops up. If you click on that bell, that's going to ensure you're going to get a notification whenever I upload a new video. And thank you again for being here with me today. I hope you go and have a beautiful day. Love your life, love your family, love yourself, and let's go make it a great one.